This week's Parsha is Parshat Vayakhel, and Vayakhel starts in a very interesting way. It says, Vayakhel Moshe et kol adat b'nei Yisrael vayomer aleihem. So the question that emerges from here is, it seems like we have almost two words that serve the exact same purpose, almost. Vayomer aleihem and Vayakhel, right? If you have Vayomer aleihem, you don't need Vayakhel. If you have that Moshe is speaking to b'nei Yisrael, you don't need to say that first he gathered them. That just seems redundant. So what do? Let's look at Rashi here, the Rashi here. Vayakhel Moshe l'macharat Yom HaKippurim k'sheyarad min hahar. Okay, it was the day after Yom Kippur when he went down the mountain, and it says vehu lashon hifil. This is the Hebrew verb type hifil. She'eno osif anashim beyadehem, that he didn't gather them with his hands, meaning he didn't actively gather them. Ella hane'esafin al pi divaro. Right? Rather, they were gathered by his voice. We're saying here that the reason it says Vayakhel, the additional, or the seemingly additional extra word here, the reason it's there is to show the power of Moshe's voice and that he was able to assemble Bnei Israel with the power of his voice. All right, so there's two things that we can take from this. The first one is Moshe is known, or has been known since we were introduced to him in Parshat Shmot, to be, not a man of many words, almost be, scared of his voice and, not one good with speech. And here, right now, in Parshat Vayakhel, he is able to not just be able to talk to all of Bnei Israel, but the power of his voice has the power to gather them, which I think, that's a nice development of Moshe. But we can even take it a step further. If we look here at Parshat Korach is the only other time that Vayakhel appears in the Torah. It's in Perek Tet Zayin, Pasuk Yotet. It says Vayakhel Aleihem Korach. And I think we can take a really nice contrast from this, right? In our case, in Parshat Vayakhel with Moshe, it says, Vayakhel Moshe kol adat b'nei Yisrael vayomer alehem ele dvarim asher tziva Hashem la'asot otam. These are the things that Hashem commanded to make, right? Moshe is clearly using the power of his voice to gather. He's using the gathering power of his voice to inspire people and to tell them what Hashem wants. On the other hand, Korach, as we know, is one who uses the power of his voice and the gathering power of his voice to rally people against Moshe, Aaron, and Hashem. So I think the big lesson that we can take from this as we go into Shabbos is we should make sure that when we use our voice and when we speak up, and when we gather people using our voice, that we should always make sure that we're doing it like Moshe for the right reasons and not like Korach. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.